she realised I wasn't backing down like the dutiful daughter, she took it out on him. They had some kind of arrangement, you see. He went through her roles and she paid for his singing lessons. Did you know that?
I had heard.
Well, that all stopped. Somehow or other, she managed to get him dropped from the chorus and out of Covent Garden. So, a fortnight later, I asked him to marry me. He hadn't a penny, of course, but I had quite a bit of my own, thanks to my father's foresight. So I gave him enough to buy a ring. And I spent the next 6 months flashing it under Mother's nose at every opportunity. Then one day, when I was out shopping, I had a dizzy spell and came home earlier than expected. And there they were, in bed together, my mother and my fiancé. I couldn't believe it. She was 25 years older than him, and they'd been having an affair for 2 years. God knows what I said, but somehow I ended up at the bottom of the stairs with a broken nose and a split lip. Oh my goodness. Oh, the next few hours are a bit hazy. I don't know where I went or how I got out of the house, but somehow I ended up in a squat with a trio of dropouts. They found me in some back alley and carried me back. It was the girl who fixed my nose and gave me painkillers.
Didn't you call a doctor?
Oh, I crept out while they were asleep and made my way to Dover. I didn't even know their names.
Dover?
All I knew was I had to get as far away from him as possible, and Italy seemed like a good idea.
But what about Trefosa? Surely
She had no idea, or so she claimed. She said the last she saw of me, I rushed out the house screaming abuse, and he was running after me stark naked. By the time she'd made herself decent, he was back, and apparently I'd gone.
Why didn't you call the police?
To do what? I couldn't remember what exactly had happened. I could have tripped for all I knew. All I knew was I had to get as far away as possible from both of them. So that's how I ended up in Rome with Guido Rinaldi.
And married him?
Guido? Oh, no. There was nothing between Guido and I except friendship. He was nearly 60. Oh, but the kindest man I've ever known. Except for my mom, of course. That's what made it so funny when she bought the house to make us homeless. I'd love to have seen her face. But him. I couldn't believe it when I heard he was marrying Amy. I warned her, of course, but she wouldn't listen. She'd heard their story and wouldn't believe a word of mine. Until he hit her. And after that,
Why on earth didn't you leave him?
oh, it had all been a mistake. A big misunderstanding. He only hit her because he loved her. The problem was he started to love her more and more. By the time she was 30, she'd had more accidents than Charing Cross Hospital. And I knew that one day he was going to go too far and kill her. So, I made him an offer. £20,000 a year, providing he didn't lay one finger on her. Not one bruise, or the deal was off. No hesitations and no second chances.
He didn't accept it.
Of course he did. Why wouldn't he? Of course he denied that he knew what I was talking about, but he took the money fast enough. £260,000 I paid him. Then, the night after Mother had had a sudden stroke and was rushed to the hospital, Amy met me at the airport, and I learned the truth. The beatings had never stopped. She'd just been too scared to tell me. She became quite hysterical when I said I was calling the police. She said if I did, she'd deny it all. She could deal with it herself. Eventually I put down, but I cancelled the payments the minute I got home. He wasn't having another penny from me. A few days later, Amy called. She'd been looking for some headache tablets or some something in the kitchen medicine cabinet and had come across something that worried her. It was a bottle of haloperidol. It's a very strong tranquilizer.
I know what it is. We used it in the nursing home back in the 80s. It's highly dangerous and can cause confusion and seizures in anyone who shouldn't be taking it. And if it's suddenly stopped, it's even been known to kill. But what was Trafosa doing with it? She wasn't psychotic.
Exactly. And when Amy asked her about it later, she'd never even heard of it, let alone taken any. Yet the bottle was half empty. She looked it up on the internet, anything funny, and found out what you've just told me. That's why she rang. If it wasn't Mother's, and Amy knew nothing about it, there was only one conclusion. Frank Beck was trying to kill our mother. Whenever he fixed her nightly drink, which was most evenings, according to Amy, he must have been adding a spoonful or two. And eventually it brought on her second stroke.
Well, why would you do that?
For the money, of course. That's all he ever cared about. He didn't give a damn about any of us. All he cared about was getting his hands on my mother's fortune. And if he had to kill her to do it, then so the cookie crumbled.
I can't believe this.
Oh, he was clever, all right. But once Amy found out the truth, she realised what a fool she'd been, how he'd manipulated her for all these years. She couldn't prove anything, of course, he'd just deny it, and probably give her a few broken bones to go alongside it. But she asked for my advice, and I was only too willing to give it. Get rid of the bottle, I said, and if he asked, just say it got broken in an accident. And leave the rest to me.
What were you going to do?
Kill him, of course. I had a gun. Harvey insisted I kept one in my bag for protection. I'd put in quite a few hours at the range. I'd fly to London, shoot him, and get the next plane home. Nobody would ever be any the wiser. It was as simple as that.
But you didn't.
No. It was just a pipe dream. I would never have got the gun through airport security. And I haven't got the nerve to be a real killer. To be honest with you, Mother solved the problem herself by making a new will when she came out of hospital. She inadvertently stopped him making another attack on her.
I'm sorry. I'm not following. Trafosa left her money to the hospital.
Yes, to build a new wing.
But Amy...
Oh, was well provided for, but not well enough to warrant a second attack on her life. Which is why he got careless with his fists. He took it out on her because he blamed her. But Mother caught on. However much Amy denied it, she knew he was beating her. After he threw her down the stairs, a fortnight ago, Amy rang me and I knew. She had to get a divorce before he killed her. That's why I came to Durning, as I told you. I had to ensure she saw the lawyer. We couldn't prove that he tried to murder our mother, but it would tear him apart to be left penniless. And I could definitely see to that.
It could be Mr. Perryman. He said he'd call.
I'll guess it.
Amy, what is it? I've only just heard it in town. There was a fire last night in Huxton Road. They've only just found the body.
Whose body?
Of the man who lives there. Mother's researcher, Mr. Perryman. Mrs. Grayson.
on top of the headstones, for God's sake. Bloody photographers. And given half a chance, they'd have been in the bloody casket with her. And who was that old bitch in the wheelchair? The one with the nasty smell under her nose. Who invited her?
Well, if you paid any attention to Mother's career, you would have recognised her. It was Mary Lassiter, her costume designer.
You're joking. I thought she was long dead. Oh, maybe she was. She looked like she'd been buried for 10 years. And fancy Moretti turning up. I haven't seen him since he conducted Queen of Spades in 98, or was it 99?
He flew in last night with Zelda Brodsky.
Oh, you're joking. Is she still croaking her lungs out? I thought she'd retired yonks ago. I didn't notice her there, though.
That's because she wasn't there. She's giving master classes at the Royal College. If she'd have been at the church, Mother would have climbed out the coffin and strangled her.
Oh, yes. I'd forgotten. Not exactly bosom buddies.
Were any of them. Most of them had petrol cans in their handbags, just in case the crematorium went on strike. Oh, thank God that's all over.
So, what are we doing here, then?
Mrs. Grayson wants a word with me before Carla goes back.
About what?
How should I know? She just gave me the keys and told me to make myself at home until she got back from the hospital. She was going there after the service. Oh, why did they do this?
What?
Close the curtain when somebody dies. It's like a relic from the Dark Ages.
So, it's called respect. Some of the old ones still have it. Didn't look so good, did she? Hardly got the words out, my precious poem. And did you see the look on her face? When they played that recording of your mother's, I thought she was going to faint. Where the hell did that come from, by the way? I thought your mother never recorded anything.
It came with Moretti, according to Carla. It was an old rehearsal tape made back in the 60s. He thought it'd be a nice reminder of how good she really was.
Well, certainly reminded the old girl. She looked like the Lady of Shalott when the mirror cracked. You don't think she's changed her mind about refusing the money, do you?
Well, why should she?
I could give you 50 million reasons. Well, so how long do we have to wait then, before we get through it?
Could be months, according to Moretti. He went through all this with his daughter last spring. We certainly won't be this year. There's too much involved.
So what are we supposed to do in the meantime? We can't live in that big place, not on my income. The council tax will call for that, and call for more. Any chance of Carla opening a gold-plated checkbook?
I wouldn't ask.
Yes, well, I would. If we're going to share 50 mil, the least she can do is lend us a few thousand to tide us over.
And who says we're sharing anything? She's already got more than she knows what to do with. How does she want my inheritance? Did she have to put up with Mother's tantrums for the last 30 years? Oh no, she made damn sure she was well out of it. She can stay out of this too. The money's mine and I'm keeping every penny.
But Mrs. G...
Has no say in the matter. Once she refuses what's been left to her, or left to me, there's nothing she can do about it. Besides, she'll hardly come running after me to check.
You might have some problems with Carla.
I don't see why. She already knows she's not getting a penny out of Mother's will, or anything from her estate. Besides, she's going off to New York in the morning, and I've already told her that most of the money's going to the hospital.
But what happens if Mrs. G does change her mind?
I'll cross that bridge when I come to it.
Well, at least we don't have to worry about her handing anything over to widow Wardown over do we? Now Perryman's dead. No chance of that happening. According to the Chronicle, the place was a furnace. Everything went up in flames. This goes to show, eh? Drinks and ciggies do it every time.
And by the way, you needn't worry about council tax. I'm putting La Fenice on the market and moving back to London.
Hang on a minute. Don't I get to say this? I'm rather fond of the old place.
Well, why don't you put an offer in? Oh, of course. You won't have any money, will you? It'll all be in my name.
But we are married.
Yes, for the present. But circumstances
kettle. What the hell's got into you?
I'll tell you what's got into me. You have. How long have you had heart problems?
Heart problems? What are you talking about? There's nothing wrong with my heart.
Exactly. So why was there a bottle of digitoxin in your drawer, and more to the point, with Mrs. Grayson's name on it?
Is Marianne back yet? There's been a change of plan. I'm flying home today.
Oh, what is it? What's wrong?
Oh, Harvey rang. He wants me to meet him in San Antonio. So I've just got time to pack and then get to the airport before my plane leaves. Whatever it is she has to say to us, you'll have to tell me later. I'll ring you the minute I arrive. Oh yes. Will you give her this? It's a copy of the recording Moretti made of Mum. I thought she'd like it.
But what about me? Don't I get one?
Well, you could make another copy, but I never gave it a second thought. It seems a bit pointless if you can't appreciate it. Anyway, I must go. But do tell me if they find anything out. It doesn't make sense, does it?
What doesn't?
Mr. Perryman's murder.
Murder? But I thought it was an accident.
Well, that's not what they're saying now. I read it while I was waiting in the coffee shop. According to his assistant, he neither smoked nor drank. And the pathologist thrown up a few things that doesn't make sense. It looks like he was already dead before the fire was started.
Who could want to have killed him? He can't have had an enemy in the world.
We've all got enemies, Amy. The trick is to learn how to deal with them before they get a chance to attack. Now, remember everything I've said. There's nothing to be scared of. Don't even think about backing out, alright?
Backing out of what?
And please, don't be long in visiting. You know you'll always be welcome. Oh, and please thank Marianne for me, won't you? And tell her I'll be in touch.
No farewell kiss for me then.
I'd sooner kiss a rattlesnake.
Whatever happened to old-time Charlie? I think you're right. Do you know she doesn't deserve a penny? Swanning off!
Shut up! You were going to try and kill her, weren't you?
Eh?
You were going to try and kill my mother with Mrs. Grayson's pills.
Of course I wasn't going to try and kill her.
So what were they doing in your drawer?
Well, all right. I did take them that first time we came to the house. I thought they'd come in handy.
Handy?
If what the old girl proposed didn't come off. You remember 2 years ago when your mother was in hospital? If you hadn't been there, she'd have left everything to Covent Garden.
So?
If she'd had another attack, it might have given her pause. A little detoxin mixed into her drink would have convinced her she'd had another stroke. Cut you out of her will, and she'd have no one to help her. Unless she went down the private nursing route, of course, and we both know where that would have ended up. The nurse would have killed her before the end of the first week. But I didn't use them, though. The madman with the milk got in before me.
Another one in need of haliperidol. Peridol. It's prescribed for psychotic behaviour. My stepfather took it for months and didn't know I knew about it. It stopped him doing too much damage to his stable boys, and he was in a playful mood. You should try asking for some. It's useful in the treatment of wife beaters.
I'm not. I may be many things, but I am not a wife beater. Well, except where your mother was concerned, of course.
And Carla, plus a few others.
What are you talking about? I've never laid a finger on you. You know I haven't.
Of course. You bluster, you bully, you make demands, but no, you've never hit me. Though Carla wouldn't agree, not with the evidence proving otherwise.
What evidence?
The check stubs, of course. She brought them with her to prove she's been paying you off.
And what?
To stop you from killing me, of course. 20,000 a year, wasn't it?
mad, or is it you? I've never, ever had a penny from Carla.
Of course. You never did see the checks, did you? When they arrived, I just popped down to the bank and paid them into our joint account.
What joint account? We haven't had one for years. You said there was no point. Your mother paid for everything, so it wasn't needed. You cancelled it yourself.
Nevertheless, there's almost 300,000 in there. Pretty damning, don't you think?
What if I don't have the first clue what you're talking about? What's going on?
I want a divorce, Frank. Your little game's over. I've learned a lot in the past 2 years. You tried to kill my mother twice. You did push Carla down the stairs in Hampstead, and I would be surprised if you killed Mr. Perriman and banged his house to the ground.
You're out of your mind. Nobody pushed Carla that afternoon. She tripped and fell. I tried to help her up, but she was all completely hysterical. It almost scratched my eyes out. And by the time I called for an ambulance, she'd gone. As for Mr. Perriman, why would I want to kill him?
You were hedging your bets, making sure that he never got the chance to trace Mrs. Grayson's family in case she gave the money to them instead of us. You never loved me at all, did you? It was all about money.
Well, that's rich coming from someone who's been conning me out of her own sister for God knows how many years with a string of bloody lies. And don't you turn your back on me.
You let go, you're hurting me. Ow!
No wonder she's been giving me the evil eye for the past 30 years. It's all you're doing, you psychotic thing. So, you want a divorce, do you? I'll give you a fucking divorce.
You bastard! Frank? Frank!
Sorry I've been so long, but
He attacked me! He attacked me! He was going to kill me! He was going to kill me! I'm sorry! I'm so sorry! I'm so sorry! I didn't mean it!
have they called an ambulance?
It just happened. He was acting like a madman.
All right, let's sit you down.
He wanted mother's money.
Never mind about that. Just tell me what happened.
It happened just after Carla left. She had to catch a plane or something. And something she said about Mr. Perriman.
Mr. Perriman.
Oh, how he could have been dead before the fire started. And that's when I remembered the night that it happened. Frank had been working late or something at a meeting, and when he returned, he smelled like smoke. Not like a cigarette smoke, but more like a garden smoke with smoke. And I said to him, what have you been doing? And he just laughed and said it was a secret and went upstairs for a shower. And is he dead?
Oh yes. Oh.
And
He's dead.
and I just mentioned it a moment ago, and he started threatening me, and he said he'd kill me if I told anyone. That's when I realised he must have killed Mr. Perriman. Oh, I should have kept my mouth shut, but I'd had enough of his beatings to last me a lifetime, and so I told him, I said, I know that you're guilty, and I want a divorce. And that's when he grabbed me round the throat and started strangling me. And he then admitted that he'd killed Mr. Perriman. And not only that, market bottles to throw a suspicion elsewhere.
I don't believe this.
Oh, how could I have trusted him?
I want to call the police.
Oh, do you have to?
Well, of course I do. The man's dead. What else can I do?
I feel sick and I can't stop trembling.
That'll be the shock. A nice hot drink with plenty of sugar will do you the world of good. I'll make the call, then I'll make the tea.
Oh, here, you can use this. You will tell them I didn't mean it. I was only defending myself.
I'll make you that drink. I'll make the call and put the kettle on. I may be stupid, but are you quite certain? Mr. Perryman said Frank said he'd killed Mr. Perryman.
Of course I am. Don't you believe me?
Well, it's just that... Did he say why?
Well, because he didn't want Mr. Perryman to find your family in case you changed your
But
mind.
I already told him I was
Well,
right.
he didn't believe you. He told so many lies, he didn't know what truth really was.
I see. I don't suppose we should be in here, are we? Why am I worrying about that now?
Did they say how long they'd be? The police?
I didn't call. I thought you needed time to calm down. They couldn't interview you now, not the state you're in.
Do you think they'll send me to prison?
No, I don't think you need to worry on that score.
Well, it was self-defense, and he did confess, and you and Carla can tell them about the beatings, can't you?
Yes, I suppose we can.
Suppose? But you saw my black eye the first day I came here.
I did, didn't I?
If that didn't look like a punch, I don't know what would.
Oh, it was most realistic, dear. Almost a work of art. If it hadn't been for the green fly on your cheek, I'd have been completely taken in.
Well, what are you talking about?
You told me you worked for Max Factor before you returned to England. One of the world's greatest cosmetic suppliers. And yet you made such a poor job of disguising that bruise. It seemed rather odd. Then, when I brushed the green fly from your cheek, I got makeup on it. Not the normal kind, but theatrical makeup. It was none of my business, of course, so I kept my own counsel. But after a while I began to wonder, if you'd fake a black eye for whatever reason, what else might you have faked?
I didn't
Then,
say
last week, Carla told me about the payments you've been sending to protect you from your husband's alleged assaults. And I suddenly remembered this very charming old lady in the nursing home I worked in before I married my Gerald. She complained that the money had been stolen from her purse. Oh, not a great amount, just a few pounds. But she was terribly upset, as it was all she had. The police were at a loss, of course, so everyone in the home subscribed and replaced it for her. 2 weeks later, it happened again. Only this time, she wasn't quite And she told me she'd never actually spoken to your husband since the day she ran away. And all the reports of what he'd done to you had come from you. And it was you who had told her he'd agreed to those payments of £20,000 a year to stop beating you. And it was then I knew what was happening. Frank Beveridge had never laid a finger on you, and you've been taking money under false pretenses from your own sister for years. He probably had no idea it was even happening.
You don't know what you're talking about. And even if it was true, they've got billions. A few hundred a year in my direction wouldn't make much difference. So if you've got any more ideas?
Oh, I have an idea. Quite a number of them.
I don't care. I've looked after you for the last 2 weeks, a virtual stranger. And my mother has been dying in hospital. And this is what I get for it. Accusation. That man made my life a living hell. And if I had defended myself, it might have been me on that floor instead of him. He was a vicious murderer.
Really? And who did he kill?
I would have told you, Mr. Perryman.
Oh, no, my dear. Frank Beveridge didn't kill Mr. Perryman. I did. It was your mother's fault, really, all that business about tracing her real parents. Oh, I've no problem with that, of course. That was her own concern. But when she asked you to trace mine, I had no choice but to put a stop to it. The last thing I wanted was for anyone to stumble onto the truth.
But I don't understand.
Remember that cousin I told you about? Barbara Freeman? Yes, well, I wasn't entirely truthful. She did go to Cornwall and disappear for 30 years, and she did make contact just before the fire. The thing no one knew was that it wasn't her who died that night. It was her cousin, Marianne Walker. I wasn't expecting her, you see. She told me she'd think about seeing me again, and then suddenly there she was, standing on my doorstep and looking like a rock of God. Well, I had to let her in, of course. But she wouldn't listen to a word I said, kept going on and on about how I'd let my parents go to their graves without ever knowing I was still alive, and how ashamed I should be. Well, I just had to get away, so I rushed upstairs, but she followed me, still harping on about what I'd done and what I hadn't done. So I pushed her. Next minute, she's lying at the foot of the stairs with a broken neck. I can't tell you what a state I was in. Tony had left me, the boys who were abroad, to be charged with manslaughter.
So you changed identities.
Exactly. Well, we were dissimilar in appearance, and she told me she lived alone. So I arranged everything to look like an accident and went up to London using her return ticket. A neighbouring farmer identified the body, well, what was left of it, and the rest was easy. I put her house on the market, moved into a high-rise tower block, and found work at a local nursing home.
But surely someone must have suspected. Her bank, for instance.
Why should they? I'm an excellent artist.